Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Mike and T-Roy. Hello, T.
Hey, buddy.
How are you, pal?
I'm all right. Slows?
Yeah. Doing all right?
Yeah, it's Monday.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. That sucks. I've got a splitting headache, I'll be honest with you. Yeah.
I lost a crown the other day.
Welcome to my world, pal.
Yeah.
Fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
which one? Way in the back in the molar?
Yeah. It is directly your fault.
My fault?
Yes.
What the hell did I do?
Because you left a bag of all strawberry Starburst sitting on the table. And they are
Wait a minute. Those have been gone for a week.
Well, I came out while you were gone. The crown, I popped it out. I'm just going in tomorrow to get it. But it was okay. It didn't bother me for the first couple of days, but like the last couple of days, it's really starting to ache.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
I do have some filler stuff that hardens that you can stick, because I've had to go weeks at a time without being able to fucking get it taken care of. Mm-hmm. That sucks a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
So if you need help, I do have some.
I appreciate that.
A couple weapons. I apologize. I know the all pink. I'm kind of torn on the all pink Starburst, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because
you need a little variety?
It's
or?
by far the best Starburst.
No question.
There's no question. I don't know anybody who disagrees with that. But when it's all pink Starburst,
you just kill for a lemon in there somewhere. Yeah.
There is something to that.
That's marriage, buddy.
Right?
Yeah. No matter how good that strawberry Starburst is.
Yeah.
A lemon once in a while sounds really fucking good.
Hey, you want to fucking tempt me with a hot orange walking down the street?
Right?
Well, walk into a bar and just see a smoking hot red one sitting there at the table all by yourself?
Indeed.
Yeah, I get it. You might be married to the fucking hottest, sexiest one of all.
Yeah.
Strawberry is that girl.
It is definitely.
But god damn it, if a cute redhead walking by doesn't just go, ooh.
So maybe that's the thing. Maybe you just need like a 4-to-1 mix bag.
Yeah.
That's mostly strawberries, but a few of the other ones just mixed in.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
Yeah. And even the hottest chicks can knock your crowns out.
Sure. That's
You know what I
exactly
mean?
right. Yeah.
So I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
In other boring news, I suppose, boy, oh boy, does Sunday during football season really suck when both your teams are on a bye.
Yeah. How often is that both of them are on the same bye week?
Almost never.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Because it usually, or it used to, I think, and maybe that's changed because they've got 32 teams in the league now instead of 30. But it used to be like a whole division was off, I thought.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a whole division would be off the same week.
That's usually how they did it, right?
Yeah, but that's changed, and so
Now they're going to add more to it. So I'm not sure how they come up with it with the scheduling and everything they do.
Well, this week the Niners and Lions were off. Mm-hmm. I think the Jaguars off too. So they're playing the Niners next week, but they're both coming off a bye.
Yep.
Which is kind of wild, and I can't remember who the fourth team is now.
Not sure.
But, no one in the Lions division. I don't know. The only cool thing about next week is my Niners are on the East Coast, which the 49ers, if you don't know, have by far, and it's not even close, the most travel in the league. And they talk about the rest being a really critical thing. So if you're betting on these games, take into account the travel schedules of these teams.
Right.
That one extra day of rest is imperative. And so the Niners are going to Cleveland, and they're going to Florida, and there's
something about those West Coast teams playing
East.
1:00 games
Yeah.
coming east too.
Yeah,
it's
not. It doesn't go well
for them.
It does not go well. East Coast teams do much better going west.
Right.
But the Lions are playing the Chargers in LA next week. So usually we get this, Lions are pretty much, they're a 1:00 team unless they're on a Thursday night or a Monday night or whatever.
All these primetime games. They
do have a lot of those, but this is upcoming is one of those weeks where it's like, shit, the Lions are playing at 4:00. That's when my Niners play.
Nope.
We just get the flip schedule, and the Niners playing the 1:00.
It's like they did this just for you.
Just for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And last time there was going to be a double up.
Would you rather have it? They have opposite bye weeks, so at least one of your teams plays, or is it better just have them both done at the same time?
Yeah, well,
rip the Band-Aid off kind of a thing.
We'll see. I thought about that yesterday, kind of the rip the Band-Aid. Now, it would have been better if the Lions were playing yesterday or the 49ers, just one of them. But having this, it's over with. It's done.
Yeah.
We can move on now.
It's a good bye week.
Yeah.
Right
week
halfway.
8?
Yeah, right at the halfway point, basically.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think the what is it? Week 13 for the Eagles or something? That would suck. Are they week 12?
I'm not sure.
That would kind of suck. But yeah, there was another time this season where it was going to be one of those like both playing at the same time slot, and they moved the Lions to the primetime game. They moved it to 4:00 because they were both going to be playing at once. So
just for
someone
you,
in the league is looking out for
it.
me.
Is just for you.
Absolutely.
The script is playing out as expected.
Yes. I see a lot going on with Michigan. Another convincing win.
Yeah.
I think it was smart to have J.J. McCarthy playing for 4 quarters because the schedule is going to get real tough now.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's played a fourth quarter yet this year.
I don't think he has.
Yeah.
He hasn't had to.
Yeah.
And, risk reward of keeping the kid in there to play, but also not getting him hurt because you're going to need him in a fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Have him in one you need him in than get hurt in one that you don't.
If you think you're going to go and play Ohio State, Penn State,
That's really it.
Yeah, and they've got one other game in there. They've got 3 games
Yeah,
left.
but there's only 2 you got to worry about.
That you really got to worry about. Those
Unless
2 games.
Trap game.
Right, sure. But yeah, you're not going to be able to sit your quarterback. That would be
Maybe.
a miracle. I mean, yeah, it'd be great to see. It's just so funny watching TikTok. I kind of scroll TikTok first thing in the morning. I used to be big Twitter guy. I get a little more enjoyment out of TikTok and stuff, but I can get trapped in the TikTok cycle and like, oh shit, this is going on way too long. This isn't smart. But one of the things I'm seeing a lot, and maybe it's because I watched the whole thing, that it keeps going, oh yeah, he wants to see this.
I've noticed that. If I even pause, even accidentally on something, boom, either I start seeing stuff from them, from that same creator, or very similar things. I mean, instantly.
What's in your
what's in my wallet?
Yeah, what's in your thing right now?
I don't know. Not much. There's
I'll tell you which ones are like they're throwing at me like, oh, this dude loves this.
Well, I started watching there's a little skit comedy duo. 2 younger kids. They're pretty funny.
I keep trying to blow off Key and Peele, by the way. They won't let me blow off Key and Peele.
It's called like This Is a Bad Idea or something like that. I don't know.
I think I've heard of that.
They're really good. Yeah, younger dudes, whatever. I don't know how to like actually find it now, but
yeah.
So I've watched a few of those. You stay on a few of those. Next thing you know, boom, you're just getting hammered with them.
Yeah. So. I'm getting hammered with, and this probably isn't good, pedophiles.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
can't fortunately say that I'm not. So
no. Well, let me explain before I say another word, because just stopping there makes it sound like I'm seeking out pedophiles.
No, I would never have thought that.
That would not be the case. What's going on here is there's a guy out of Colorado Ped Patrol.
Okay.
And
I've seen some of the vigilantes that kind of do this stuff on their own. Yeah.
He's filming stuff for your protection and mine.
Right.
And he's getting these dudes, and it turns out that he's been the one that's conversing with them.
Yes.
Pretending to be a 12-year-old girl, 14-year-old boy, whatever it may be.
And they just happen to be at the place they're supposed to meet up.
Yeah, they're at the Walgreens at midnight to meet up, and then they make them call their fucking wives, and like, no, we can call the cops. Or you can call your wife right now, and it's like, just call the cops, man. Just call the cops.
Right. I'll take my chances.
And I can't stop watching some of those as these guys, try everything. Like, it's always their first time. Always.
All right.
They have only wanted to fuck kids. This is brand new, first time, and you can guarantee it'll never happen again.
Guaranteed. Just let me go. I
Guaranteed.
promise. Yep.
Look, we'll let this one slide. We don't need to involve the authorities or my wife. And
I wonder how true that is. No, I wonder how true that is, though.
What do you mean?
Of how many, like, you get fucking popped and you narrowly escape without having to go to jail.
Yeah.
You get caught, but enough to, like, okay. I wonder
Scared straight?
Yeah, I wonder how much that actually works, though. How many of these people, because I'm sure there's just some sick fucks that it doesn't matter. But there's the guys that are just turned on by it, tipping their toe in, whatever. Like oh my god, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just saying.
I think that is such an urge for people I just think it is. I don't know.
But
I don't
there's
know.
probably going into it. There's probably a sense of invincibility in some way. You know what I mean? Like you don't think about you're going to get caught. You don't think that it's going to be. But now that you've actually gone through this, that you got duped, and you realize that it wasn't a kid on the other end. Are you ever going to be confident in doing it again and meeting another kid?
You know what? The only thing I can think, because I've believe it or not, I've never done this.
Yeah, fair.
I got attacked without mercy when I commented on that. There was a shark video in the ocean, and there was a girl on the beach with the blue bikini.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait till you see this ass coming up. And then everyone in the room was like, oh my God, she's like 12. I think fucking sleuths went out and dug it up and found out she was 16.
Okay.
But
Lucky for
all
you.
I saw was a wide shot and what looked like a great ass in a bikini. And I was like, hey, an ass is an ass. You know?
Yeah, they're usually keeping it together at 12.
Yeah, they are.
Haven't
Yeah,
let it go yet.
16. Fuck off. I know what you did there. But I'm not seeking that out. And I honestly, it never even crossed my mind that this would be controversial at the time. I swear to God, anybody listening, at the time, I just thought it was a hot chick in a bikini at the
ass,
beach.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, nice ass. In a bikini, I figure young girls are wearing one pieces, like.
Oh, no.
I
contraire, mon frere.
I don't even know where I was going with that, but
Pedos on your TikTok?
Yeah. So my guess though is that so many of them have gotten away with it on some level. Now, if they have their choice, it seems like they're targeting, people from broken homes, drug addict families, a lot like the Catholic Church was doing. Like, make it so that it's easy to discredit this small person because, they come from a crack house. What do you expect? Oh, their father walked out of him when he was born. What do you expect? He comes from a broken home. He's making shit up. It'd be much harder to get the general public on your side. And you see that was used as a tactic, as a weapon.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. I would assume that other people are doing the same thing, or they've had success. They've gotten through.
Oh, I'm sure on some level. Yeah, it's generally not the first time. It's the first time they've gotten caught.
Yeah,
probably.
When they get popped.
Yeah,
by one
but
of
that's
these
what
things?
I'm wondering. Like when rubber meets the road.
Yeah.
When you get out of your car and there's a dude standing there with a camera.
Yeah.
In your face, and he realize that you are about to. I mean, it's the equivalent of To Catch a Predator.
100%.
Except there's not actually cops sitting outside waiting for you at this point.
And
this
those
is
things,
just some guy, because I don't know how legal this stuff is that this guy's doing. I mean, as far as pressing charges, because he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can turn the evidence over, but I don't know that that's anything that's prosecutable necessarily because it was.
Yeah.
So I just wonder how many people scares them straight.
You brought up To Catch a Predator, which was Chris Hansen, local guy, and almost none of them were prosecutable. That's the reality of how that played out. That by having the cameras there and putting those people out for whatever reason, and I don't know what the percentage is. I'm sure some of them, but by and large, most of them skated on technicalities because of the whole show.
Yeah, I believe it.
Thing. So maybe that's same.
That'd be a great fucking circle back on that. Go back and where are they now of the Catch a Predators and see how many of them are
get an honest interview out of them.
Yeah, see how many of them are repeat offenders. Go back and see how it affected their lives, how it affected their jobs, how it affected their marriages, all that kind of shit.
Yeah,
I wonder still out banging kids or what.
I wonder if it's like a lonely thing because they all talk about when they get in that moment in Chris Hansen, because I've seen the Chris Hansen ones pull up on TikTok too. People are sharing those clips and it's like, I'm lonely. And it's like, well, that doesn't mean you get to go destroy a child, moron.
Yeah.
Like that's not how that works.
Yeah, I think it's more than just lonely.
Yeah, maybe. But is it like easy pickings, or are they really attracted to kids, or is that just all they think they can get? Probably runs the gamut. But
probably. I don't think I can really speak to it. I'm not sure how what was in their mind at that moment.
Yeah, I don't know. You see the fat slob dude, and he's just the absolute stereotypical sitting in mom's basement playing video games and eating Cheetos guy. And he's like, I'm lonely. I can't get a girl. It's like,
well, try one your own age, at least.
Yeah.
Let's at least start at legal. Go from there, shall we? How'd we get on pedo TikTok?
Well, that's just, I was going to run down what's on my, what's showing up a lot on my feed. Gotcha. And that one is one. I've also apparently...
I get a lot of poker stuff on mine.
See, I get no poker stuff. Card tricks?
Yeah. I do, yeah. That Jason...
I'm getting a lot of card trick ones.
There's a guy that Jason something. Anyway, he's a fucking freak as far as like stacking the deck and the things that he can do.
Oh, is he the one that just pulls out like 4 aces?
Yeah, all the time
From the middle of the deck, wherever.
People will just charge him for. I mean, they're challenge him to crazy shit and be like, okay, all right, do it one-handed, blindfolded with a brand new deck, and he's like, okay, ace, ace, ace. Do it in 4-handed 5-card draw. Okay, you got 4 aces, like royal flush, whatever. It's like it's terrifying, really.
Yeah. How do you stop a guy like that at a poker table?
You can't. I mean, you can't. You just hopefully don't play poker with that guy.
Yeah. I mean, that would be, and the other thing that I noticed with the Magic ones is so many people call them out as bullshit, as fake, because it would be easy to stop the video and edit it.
Yeah.
Where shit like that.
I saw this guy does a stopwatch every time before he does it. He'll hit a stopwatch and leave it sitting there. So you watch the time go. So it can't be affected. It can't be in reverse. It can't be anything different. You watch the stopwatch go as he does the
If
thing.
it's on camera, I imagine you could even edit that. You know what I mean?
You probably could.
Probably could.
I mean,
but I never got the idea that
this
these
guy's
guys
just
are
sitting in his
totally
fucking,
full of shit.
Yeah, this is what this guy does. You can hire him out for stuff.
Yeah.
Jason's something. He's really good. It's worth a watch.
I was watching one, and so much of it is just sleight of hand. So much of it is.
Oh, yeah, the tricks. I mean, the palming and all stuff with the cards and all the way they.
Well, with the finger slide and, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, like, I'm watching this one, and it's a table full of guys, or 2 girls, 2 guys, and then one guy is a buddy of theirs, and he's the magician guy, and he's like, oh yeah, but your 5 of spades is, here, and he'd pull it out over there, and they're like, wow. And then he would keep shuffling. He's like, oh, but your 5 of spades isn't in here. It's in here. And they'd pull it out and they're, whoa. And then if you're paying attention and listening to him like you're supposed to, you miss the whole point where he takes the deck and sticks it down and then puts the empty box on top of it. And it still looks and feels, because he's talking the whole time and does this quick thing. I had to back it up 3 times to catch it. That's what he did. How did he do that? And it's like, right at the precise moment when they're all, he's fucking stuck the deck under here and covered it. And then he's like, oh, but your card's not here, but none of the deck's there. It's all under the empty. And they're just like, wow. They're blown away. And it's like, yeah, it's just sleight of hand.
There's another one that's on mine. It's a guy in a mask, just kind of a weird, goofy looking mask, like with but he's exposes all the tricks.
Yeah.
One of those that teaches you how the things are done. It's just silent. He'll do the trick and he'll be like, no, watch. And like, this is how you do it. So
seen quite a few of those.
I love seeing behind the curtain.
Well, magicians held that shit together for decades.
Yeah, for sure.
Forever. Of course, it takes social media and the internet 5 minutes before it's like, here's how you do all of it.
Exactly.
And what fun is that? Honestly.
It's really not. I mean, for me, I've always known it's bullshit.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how it was. Some things I can figure out, some things I couldn't. But so for me, I would rather, knowing that it's not real, I'd rather know how it's done, for my own personal thing. Because all I do is watch it going.
Adults fall for it more than kids do. Kids are always wanting to look around your hand. Like when I do that stuff, because I'll learn like a couple stupid tricks.
Yeah.
Tape a toothpick to your finger here that they can't see the tape, and then you can make it disappear. Shit like that. Really dumb stuff that a 5 and 8 year old would be like, whoa. But when I do it for Matt and Reed, they immediately want to fucking look at both sides of your hands and in your mouth and in your ear. Like it's more adults that apparently fall for
just
it.
Take it at face value.
Yeah. Kids are like, it's got to be back there somewhere. I'm like, get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here before
Ruin
I
my
poke
trick.
you with this. Dunk. Yeah. Anyway, so there's a lot of those, and I'm getting a lot of cop videos. Like when people are, trying to use their privilege, like, I'm a local celebrity, and we need to get off this street before people recognize me. And they're like, yeah, we're not doing that, lady. And she's some local weather bitch, fucking driving a Lexus or whatever, and just shit-faced.
Yeah.
And
you are going to jail. They can recognize you there.
Yeah, exactly. And she's, and you just know if you let her sleep that off, she never would have said something like that.
Yeah.
Like, do you know who I am? And he's like, yeah, don't care, dude.
The reality is that, we form you know, what we see on some level by what you pause on, what you like, what you follow. And
Yeah.
they do. But without that, like, and even that, you still get stuff that you didn't ask for.
Key and Peele.
You know? Sure.
Loads of Key and Peele. And I can't blow by it fast enough.
But it's just, if you think about how easy it is to manipulate somebody with what comes into their feed.
Yeah.
Just, like, I mean, it's crazy. Just in that, just how you
What
can
does your
steer
politics
somebody.
stuff look like? Speaking of that.
I don't not much at all. For some reason, I'm stuck in some trap with Rogan every time he talks about Trump
Yeah.
or Biden or whatever.
I assume any Rogan I see is AI.
Yeah,
I just do. I don't know why, but it never syncs up properly. I know they're using high def cams. Why does it always look like shit on there?
I don't know. Same way YouTube always is on my shit.
Yeah,
Seems like
yeah.
it's always off a little bit and drives me nuts trying to watch a video.
Well, I know if they're sending me a political one, very, very rarely will it be something positive about Joe Biden, or Kamala Harris. It'll be just them eating shit, them saying a word salad thing. It'll be some like really prideful Trump rally thing. And I'm like, this guy's going to win in a landslide.
Prideful Trump rally?
Well, you know,
Bit of an oxymoron there.
Not the pride, not that pride. A lot of shitting on trans people. You know, like, and it's like, oh, yeah, this is an open and shut case. And I just know it's like, no, take a step back, dickhead. There's another half that's only seeing
the
like
opposite side.
highlights of Joe Biden, how much he's kicking ass. So you got to keep that in mind. That while they may be sending me, like, look at Trump, he's doing great with this, or he talked shit about Biden and it got a huge response. There's ones of Biden, I'm sure, that are
Of course.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's amazing how quickly that adapts too.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing like historically, you know, you're searching for a car, boom, every pop-up, everything ad is for cars, you know.
Yep.
I get it. And I did find out there is a way. That's what I've always bitched about. Was like, okay, I bought a car. Fuck off.
Yeah.
How do I stop this now? There is. You can go into your settings and you can adjust this stuff now.
Really?
I found out. I haven't actually done it, but I saw a TikTok video on it, or a short or something.
It's very useful. Some of it's very useful. No
It is,
doubt.
but that's my thing. It's like, okay, fine. I actually liked it while I was looking for a car. Now I'm done. I don't want to be bombarded with fucking car shit anymore.
Yeah.
So there is a way that in the settings that you can go in there and turn that stuff off.
Yeah, it's remarkable. Mine is still lagging. I haven't bought a Lego set in 3 months, but
that's
it's
why.
Yeah, it's still like, Legos, and I'm like, fuck off.
Lego.
Don't forget about the
Right.
Legos.
Christmas is coming.
And I'm like, I'm too broke for your fucking gift. Stop it. Anyway, moving on to other things outside of our TikToks. And if there's anything we need to know, because I'm rather new to the games, email us, walters@detroitcast.com. Love to read your emails on that stuff. It's good. It's good stuff. I'm enjoying it.
Jason Ledane, by the way, is that guy's thing. If you ever get
Let me
a
see a
chance.
picture of him.
If you ever get
Can you
a chance.
show me a picture? It might be the guy that I'm seeing.
Let's see.
I don't know that I...
These are like the videos. That
with him with the
he's
decks
always
of
sitting
cards
there.
behind him.
Yep, all the stacks of cards and stuff like that. Seen his?
He's relatively new in my feed, but yes.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He's terrifying, is what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
What do you think of? Can we watch one of them?
Sure. Yeah, of course we can.
Let's see. I better go to videos. That's probably a better way to do it. Images is probably not going to work out so much.
Yeah. It's sad. These guys don't make shit for money either.
I know. Well, what the hell? Just stop it with that.
Oh, that's his promotional reel, his sizzle reel, if you will.
Yeah, no, we're not doing autoplay on that. Let's see, where's one?
How to track and steer cards. Jesus.
All right. Well, I should probably put this up.
So this is sponsored.
All right.
All right.
Oh, I muted him.
The expert. I just did a video proving that special glasses and marked cards
I saw this one, but we can watch
isn't
it. It's
going to
great.
do
I
anything.
haven't seen it.
It's not going to do anything but tell me the top card of the deck. So I'd make another video here so that we can get some fresh meat in the comments.
So he's
that
got
say,
the
"Oh, it was
stopwatch
classic."
going.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you think that this is marked cards, there's no reason why you can't do this yourself. Take a deck of cards, have it face up and then just replicate what I did. Now I know that your brain is probably too small to figure out what that means, but
He's a
if the
dick,
cards
too.
are
I
face
love
up,
I've
then
noticed
you'll be able
that.
to see what the cards are. Then you'll be able to do what I'm doing, just like a marked deck. So anyone that says it's marked cards, go ahead, just take a deck face up and do exactly what it is I'm doing. I'll wait. We're playing blackjack, so in this particular case, we have to replicate the cut from the player. The player would insert the card like this, a cut card, plastic cut card. Watch how the deck has to be cut at that point. There's the cut. You also have to burn a card in blackjack. In the last video, we did Ace of Spades, Jack of Spades. Let me just get my special glasses in check here, and let's deal out and see how. Let's see how we did here. First card always goes face up. Oh, that's interesting. Don't worry, it's my special glasses. Let's see, 15. Ooh, blackjack over there. That's going to be upsetting because he's sitting on that. Don't you hate this when you play blackjack?
Yep.
He's all happy and excited. But remember, my special glasses gave me a 21. So see how that doesn't do anything. And again, if you think it's marked card,
Whatever. But it's terrifying.
Incredible.
You really watch out, like the things that he can do, the things people ask him to do.
Yeah.
I mean, he can just take a deck out of from behind him, open it up, shuffle 3 times, and deal a royal flush in 5-handed fucking poker. And he's
Yeah.
like,
Looking at
But-
you the whole time.
yeah, can do the whole casino wash, do all this stuff,
Yeah.
tracking. It's like, okay, just stay off my fucking
Yeah.
table, buddy.
Yeah.
Stay out of
He
my
would have
poker
to be
game.
kicked out of every casino he's in. Although I guess he doesn't.
He's not
he
dealing.
doesn't deal.
You're not
so,
dealing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't give him a dealer's job if I was the casino.
Well, if I was casino, I might.
Yeah, unless he
long as-
brings his buddies in.
As long as you're doing it for the house.
For the house, yeah. That's true. Hey, remember the story a few months back of the girl who said she was a boy, maybe? Went into the Catholic school and shot up the place.
Oh, yeah.
Killed like 6 people, 3
Yeah,
kids,
yeah.
3 like little
Is
toddlers.
that like Nashville-ish?
yeah. I
Isn't that-
believe, yeah.
okay.
Nashville.
Yeah. I was getting like Nashville, Knoxville confused for some
Okay,
reason.
now I'm going to. Thank you
right.
for that.
You're welcome.
Good work. So trans identifying killer, and I was always like, wait, which way did this one go?
Yeah. Yeah, this was the chick that wanted to be a boy.
Is that what it was?
Right, yeah. Had the baseball hat on backwards and all that
Yeah,
shit, right?
one of those, just stereotypical. Just one of the guys. She was going for my look. I get
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
If you're
Very
going for
masculine.
the masculine, manly
The most
look,
masculine you could get.
you would
yes.
look at someone like me and be like, all I need is a fucking child's sweatshirt and a hat backwards. Can't get any more manly than that. So,
Oh, what dude do?
well, dude murdered 6 people at the
I was gonna
Christian school.
We watched that video. Dude did not make it out of that.
Dude did not.
Okay, that's correct.
Dude
yes.
did not. And was hoping for a high kill. I mean, this is sitting ducks if there ever was sitting ducks. Honestly,
in a
you go
Catholic school?
into a Catholic school. I think this
Any
idiot
school, really, but yeah.
killed.
Just the
3
nuns with the fucking sticks are like,
Yeah,
fucking
that could
bullets.
be. There's some badass nuns, and 3 toddlers. So Steven Crowder.
Okay.
So the weird thing about this story has been they've been saying all along, like, oh yeah, there's a manifest.
Oh,
which
yeah.
we
Was in her
always
car.
get
right?
something like that, or a bedroom.
It's okay, yeah.
But there was remember she had bragged like I've left tons of evidence behind, so
Yeah.
you can piece together
I
exactly.
remember
what's
all the
going
little
on.
things. Yeah, right. And then like called some fucking chick was the shit
Yeah.
was hot
Oh,
for
yeah,
and from
yeah.
high school or something.
And the chick was like, "Why is this weirdo reaching out to me like I'm her best friend? I haven't
Yeah.
talked to her in years."
yeah.
Yeah, it was really awkward and weird. Just a troubled soul.
Yeah. But they never there was a word of manifesto, but I don't ever remember
Yeah.
hearing anything about it.
Well, Steven Crowder got a hold of 3 pages of said manifesto
Okay.
and released them today.
Okay.
So now I don't know how long this manifesto was. Diary was this 28-year-old chick dude.
Yeah.
Kill those kids. Those crackers going to private fancy schools with those fancy khakis,
Wait, but she was white.
plus sports backpacks with
Right.
their daddy's Mustangs and convertibles.
Okay. I just not used to white people calling white people crackers.
Crackers, yeah.
But
Seems
hey,
like
if the
self-induced
The slur
crime,
fits.
right?
Let it ride.
Yeah, sounds like. So we were wondering all along, especially when the person's dead, right? If the person is captured, and they go on a shooting spree at a school, mall, whatever, and they're captured, and you put them in jail, you don't necessarily want that manifest stuff getting out to the general public because you don't know.
Publicity and whatever was in there.
Whatever, right? Could be for a potential case that they're working on, and you can understand that. We've got a year's worth of sifting through all this stuff to figure out.
Yeah, it's important to know why people do the things they do, and if they leave an explanation, I think people are, have a right to know.
Well, what made this one so radically different was you had a trans person. Okay, so all of a sudden you're into the news people, you're into the media, you're into the Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like all wanting to
If I remember
support
correctly, this was
person.
right around the same time when the trans were like, arm yourselves.
Yeah.
There was like a movement over like violence against trans, and they were telling the trans community to arm themselves or something. Somewhere in that same timeline of this, which didn't go with the narrative, which is why this wanted to
Yeah, there were
swept
people.
under the rug.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, T. There were people like trying to defend her.
Yes.
And other people were like, you fucking assholes. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This
Defend
bitch
any other fucking school shooter.
Yeah, child murderer.
Yeah.
You gunned down 3 toddlers.
Mass murderer.
Yeah. You don't get this like, oh, but woe is her. She was trans. Go fuck yourself. It doesn't work like that. So a lot of those people that were putting stuff out like that took a lot of heat. And were like, well,
Rightfully so.
Yeah, absolutely. So we didn't understand. Usually we've seen this. Remember the kid in the BMW from years ago? He was down in San Diego, or his father was like San Diego maybe, or somewhere in Southern California. His dad was like some famous Hollywood producer, and this dude's driving around his BMW and shot up a bunch of people on the street, like jogging and stuff.
I don't remember that.
And he had some manifesto. Well, the point is, his manifesto came out within an hour.
Really?
Yeah. His manifesto was out. And these manifestos, especially when the guy's dead, come out immediately.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be no trial. Who are you putting on trial?
Exactly.
So these manifestos and these writings come out immediately, and they promised that these would as well. And it's like, oh, wow, what's the ideology here? And the only thing that becomes super suspicious is, why would you not let this out? Why are we a year down the road and you're still holding on to this?
I remember asking that. They said they found it, but they hadn't released it, and we were wondering if they were ever going to. And, and what it... Yeah, that's right. And I just, was in the astronomy file, I guess. Never realized that it wasn't released.
Yeah. So some of the things... So Crowder obviously got this from someone in law enforcement.
Of course.
Someone in law enforcement went, hey, Stephen, by the way, if you're curious, you didn't get it from me. Here's 3 pages that matter. And Stephen released it. So again, kill those kids. Those crackers going to private fancy schools with those fancy khakis and sports backpacks with their daddy's Mustangs and convertibles. I wish to shoot you weak-ass dicks with your mop yellow hair. Want to kill all you little crackers. Bunch of little faggots with your white privileges.
Man.
Yeah.
So much anger.
For a white dude.
Yeah, right.
Maybe
just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah.
Jealous of white dudes that had their shit together.
Yeah. So are you jealous that your parents didn't provide you with this sort of privilege?
I think that's part of it. Yeah.
Okay. So you see other people, but that's never going to change.
No.
It's always going to be haves and
Envy's
have-nots.
a poor excuse for murder.
Yeah.
Generally.
Doesn't work well. So 3 photos of the pages of the shooter's diary were obtained by Crowder, who reported that his investigative team independently confirmed the authenticity of the images. Daily Wire sources have also confirmed the images' authenticity. The diary entries also reveal her schedule for, quote, death day.
Oh.
So at 7 a.m., get dressed.
Oh,
It's a good
very
start.
punctual.
Yeah. Ending at 12:37 p.m. with, quote, time to die.
Oh.
Yeah.
What time did she die?
I don't know. If it's 12:37, that's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
I hope I have a high death count. Ready to die, ha ha. She wrote March 27th, the day that she struck the Covenant School. I don't think you had a high death count.
It was single digits, wasn't it?
6.
6?
3 kids. It seems like you could mow down 20 kids without a second thought.
Right.
And if you're in the school.
Yeah. I mean, that's a revolver.
Yeah.
And that's
a BB gun.
Tink,
22.
Tink, tink, tink. That's not even.
Yeah.
That's.
You could do that with a slingshot.
Yeah. Well, it's still a chick.
Yeah. At the end of the day. I know. I wasn't going to say it.
I will.
The musings reflect the envy for stable, productive society that is targeted as dominant and privileged by critical race theory espoused in many public schools. Yeah, it is. I mean, if you're teaching people that they're victims, well, what victims are going to act out?
Sure.
If everybody's a victim, I mean, you realize this is just a sauce, a mix of everything. Some parents work hard and do well, and some parents don't. Some are meth heads, and they all fucking have kids.
Yep.
And so what opportunity is given your kid if your mom's having 9 kids with 8 different dudes? You're looking at a rap career or the NBA, possibly the NFL. It's very hard to get out otherwise.
Yikes. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't know you went racial there, but okay.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't usually work out is all I'm saying. Like that dude doesn't have the same advantages as Carlton, right? Carlton's probably going to follow in his old man footsteps and become a judge.
Sure.
Something along those lines.
Got himself a nice white family. See
Hell
that?
yeah. Did he?
Yeah.
Really? In real life?
That was like the joke. Like, haha, Carlton won.
Yeah.
It shows fucking Will Smith all, crying and shit because it's cucked out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Carlton with his smoking hot white little family and his little mixed kids.
Hilarious. So, but if you blame that, your parents' irresponsibility on some level, spitting out a shitload of kids, and I didn't say black or white.
Well, you did say rap career,
Yeah, that's
NBA
true.
or NFL, so pretty much narrows that.
I was talking
down.
about Jason Sehorn's family. Thank you. No.
Okay.
No, but it could be anything. And if you're talking about the mountains and the hills in Virginia, if you're talking about that road where
Down in the hollers.
yeah, those are majority white families that are in just as horrid conditions.
Absolutely right.
You know what I mean? And those kids are just as fucked. I don't know what
Schools are
career
just
they're-
as shit, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't mean to make it all racial, but the point being that there's an unbalance that's always going to exist between where we all start and where we all finish. And if you just go, oh yeah, you can't get there no matter what because privilege holds you down. Well, that's bullshit on some level. It's true on some level, but it's bullshit as well. And I just don't think that's a good lesson to teach young people. This is how they react.
Yep.
This doesn't surprise me that you see this sort of behavior. You know what I mean? Like, oh, woe is me. This person clearly has issues.
Clearly.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if you want to be throwing around the word faggot like that either as a cracker.
No, I mean, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of angst
Yeah.
going on there.
Yeah.
And we haven't even talked about the whole trans mental illness yet. So I mean,
No,
this is-
I was going to leave that one
Yeah.
there.
So I mean, there's a lot to unpack.
Well, you want to point to her being a boy, and this kind of helps the trans argument because chicks don't usually do school shootings.
Yeah. Right.
So this chick wanted to prove how dude she was by going through with a school shooting.
Well.
It's kind of ballsy.
Yeah. Went to the full extent.
Yeah.
But so aside from just being, an irrational douche, she doesn't really give any real explanation of why she just wants to kill these kids just because they're fuckheads with daddy's money.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
At least as far as these 3 pages. Now, I don't know how many pages there were.
Well, I would think if you're going to leak pages, you would leak relevant pages, not just like the,
Yeah.
couple of fucking off pages here that don't really tell you shit. I think if you're going to leak 3 pages.
Well, it does talk.
I mean, this is
to
the
her.
itinerary. This is the day of. This seems like.
Crucial.
Yeah, I don't know how long this thing was. It might only been 3 pages for all we know.
I think it was much more than that.
Okay.
But I don't recall.
Could have just been incoherent ramblings and doodles for all we know.
Well, I think a lot of people want to put in, sure, some of that could. A lot of people want to point to an ideology, right? They want to know, and I think on some level, rightly so, where people are getting like this. The softball shooting where it was like, where are the Republicans practicing?
Yeah.
Like that guy, whether you want to admit it or not, was trained mentally by very specific people. Bernie Sanders and the gay dude on MSNBC. Maddow, Rachel Maddow.
Yeah.
Like fervent Rachel Maddow buying all the hype and Bernie Sanders guy.
Right.
And took his fucking van to where they were practicing and just
Maddow
opened
to the
fire.
left was Tucker Carlson to the right. I mean, I'm saying along the same lines, but to their extremes.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Except Tucker's not proved to be wrong
that's not
on all
what
that
I'm-
shit.
that- again, that's my point. I'm just saying
like
to
one
those
giant difference. But you're right.
I'm just
to
talking
their base,
ideologically more is what I'm saying.
To their base, you're 100% true.
I wasn't arguing strikes and balls.
No. I got you, but I couldn't help it. I just had to drop it.
I know you.
Like,
I
well,
know.
you know, because believe me, I want
know.
to see the video where Tucker's flat out lying. Because I'm convinced Rachel Maddow is not stupid. Rachel Maddow is playing a character that's pushing narratives that she knows are bullshit. I don't get that sense from Tucker. Maybe he is, and I'm the fool. I wish people would show me that. I'm not saying every time he says something insensitive or something you disagree with. I'm saying where it's like, okay, this is proven bullshit, and anybody with his level of smart should know that.
Yeah.
They should know that. Why are you still lying to me about this? Why are you still acting like this is true? Rachel Maddow is pushing those narratives. That's what I take issue with. Because I don't believe she fucking believes them. I really don't.
It's a great question.
I mean, but then maybe she
love
does.
to
I
know.
think Bill Maher does.
Yeah.
I think Bill
Some
Maher
of it.
still thinks Russia collusion was happening on some level. Like, it's crazy. Crazy. So, but my point in bringing all that up was people want to know was this person hijacked mentally by the deranged ultra MAGA right?
Yep.
So we can take anybody that supports Trump and fucking shit all over them and act like this is what your country is. Or were they fucking mind fucked by the ultra hard left, which told them that they're a victim on every category, and they've got to take things into their own hands because everything is so unfair. We need Marxism to fix it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think this points to leaning more towards the left ideology, which, you know, is suspicious when you go, why are you hiding this manifest of all
Why
of
wasn't
them?
this one released like everything else?
Why is the media not going hard for FOIA requests? Why are you denying those? Why are you fighting these in court with this particular one when we've got our first trans identifying, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
who's in charge of this information? That person's fucking dead. So they don't have a say anymore. And there's no trial. So there's no reason,
Well, and precedent-
unless you're trying to send an ideological message.
That's true, because the precedent's been set.
way
As
set.
far as that
Way
these
set.
manifestos come out, they're leaked, they're blasted all over the front page. I mean,
Yeah.
it's common.
Yeah, and they'll usually give you the front page, and then you got to go into some website and you can read through it.
At least give you the fucking gist of it.
Yeah,
Give you the Cliff Notes version.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
They said this, they think that, you know, a couple little clips here and there, you know, mop-headed faggots, whatever she was dropping in there.
yeah. I believe it was with your mop yellow hair, want to kill all you little crackers, bunch of little faggots with your white privilege. Sweetheart, you're white.
so angry.
I mean, if white just in general can cash out on all this privilege, that would mean you're entitled to cash in on said privilege
Yep. Supposed to be.
as a guy or a girl.
Not
Really?
without daddy's Mustangs and convertibles.
Yeah, my daddy didn't give me a Mustang.
No, it was an Escort.
Yeah, it was- and a
GT.
really shitty one. That one I bought.
Oh, yeah.
That the Escort was. I think he paid $500, and I believe my first one was a Lynx.
It was Lynx.
Yeah, remember that?
That's right.
I mean, we drove the biggest hoopties on planet Earth. Loved them.
Damn right.
Got us from point A to point B, but we did not drive convertible.
Is it blue? Light blue?
Mustang. Yeah.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that might have been my second one. They might have bought me an actual Escort before that one, because that one was Mark's. And that's the one where you could turn the wheel and it would smoke out.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, the smoke screen.
Yeah, with smoke screen. It had some oil issue or something. And if you turn the wheel hard, it would fucking straight out of, what was that video game?
Oh, what was that? Spy Hunter. Spy Hunter,
Spy
I
Hunter,
think.
yeah. And it would just ghost whoever was behind you. Yeah,
Fantastic.
It was great. God, I miss those days. Those are so much more fun. So she had boasted to a friend before the shooting that she had left plenty of evidence behind, and we knew that. We remember that, making her motives clear. Nashville's police acknowledged as much soon after the shooting. Police Chief John Drake promised Governor Bill Lee that the manifesto would soon be released. The Covenant shooting was a tragedy beyond comprehension. I don't know that it was beyond comprehension.
Oh, no, it's right in line with these tragedies these days.
Yeah, I mean, beyond comprehension.
It's got to be almost a year now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, when was this? When it actually happened?
April 27th.
April.
Or, wait, I'm sorry. Ending death day was March 27th.
March 27th. Okay, yeah, so almost a year.
Coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3/4 of a year. So, told Governor Bill Lee the manifesto would be soon released. The Covenant shooting was a tragedy beyond comprehension. I would say...
I can comprehend it.
Yeah, I can too. You can't use beyond comprehension for a school shooting of any sort, or a mass shooting, really, since Columbine.
Yeah, that was the one.
Columbine was beyond comprehension at the time.
Yep,
I
you
would
couldn't
say.
wrap your mind around it. It just didn't fucking compute.
And to you smart asses out there that go, school shootings have happened forever. Here's a list of 10. And they go back to the 1700s. I know. I understand.
But Columbine was the first one that was
televised, shocked the nation,
24-hour news cycle.
Yeah. And was like, holy shit, we were watching, like that kid that was paralyzed and fell out of the window and dragged blood down the side of the Columbine wall. I watched that live as he fucking fell out of that. That wasn't a news highlight.
Yeah.
We went home and turned that on like it was the game and watched that all unfold. Crazy. So since Columbine, I don't think you can boast that this is beyond any sort of comprehension.
Nope.
Absolutely is comprehended.
They all check out now.
Yeah. Tennesseans need clarity. We've been in touch with the Nashville PD, and today Chief Drake assured me that documents and information will be released to the public soon, but Drake broke that promise. For the better part of a year, Nashville's PD refused to release the manifesto, citing a series of contradictory excuses. The Metro PD and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations denied open records requests from the Daily Wire, the Tennessee Star, and multiple other outlets, citing that it was an ongoing investigation, even though the shooter was dead. The Star, among many others, sued, and the police department then claimed it could not release the manifesto because it was the subject of litigation. Catch-22, given that the litigation was about its refusal to release the manifesto. See how that works?
Ironic, yeah.
Yeah. The writings may raise questions about why the killing of school children, apparently based on their race, was not considered a hate crime by the FBI. Yeah, the FBI said at one point, this is not terrorism, so we don't get involved.
As long as it's your own race on your own race, it doesn't qualify?
Sure.
Interesting.
Yeah. But, if you're...
Well, that's why, black on black crime's not terrorism.
Yeah, the shooter and the children she targeted was based on their race. They were all white. So, I mean...
Yeah. I mean, and she made reference to them being white boys, but I don't know if they were killed because they were just white.
Were they white boys
school.
or white cracker?
Well, crackers, I assume.
Yeah.
Potato,
is crackers
potato,
because we're like saltines, or is it more for cracking the whip?
Boy, I don't know.
Because I've heard both.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Both make sense.
They do both make sense.
Yeah.
But I'm going to bet it's more like a saltine.
You think so?
Yeah.
I like cheap suit.
Okay. Sure.
I've always liked that one. Fucking cheap suit, motherfucker, Because we buy cheaper suits than...
Do we, though?
I don't know. I mean, it makes sense because I think of the black church, and it looks like those guys are dressed in the nines. Yeah. Everything's a perfect match, from the bowed hat all the way down to the alligator skin shoes.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
That's a good look, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is. And I don't care if it's the fucking Pimp of the Year parade or, average church on Sunday. It seems like their game
Across
is
the board,
way more elevated than ours.
Oh, yeah, for sure. When it comes to fashion,
Yeah.
What do we know?
Exactly. So I think that's where we get the moniker cheap suit. We're going to go to Men's Warehouse.
See-through?
Yeah, see-through. Yeah, it's true. Female student athlete seriously injured. Not to pick on the trans community. I don't know that this is as much a trans story as they want to make it out to be.
All right.
But maybe it is.
Well, let's find out.
Okay.
Who did the injuring and who got injured?
Well, we got some field hockey, I believe is what it's called. Right? That's the
Bitches lacrosse, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they got the weird stick.
Yeah, that's just and a ball on the ground. And They just run and play hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So
Because they can't skate or what? All the dudes are taking all the ice time. Why do they have field hockey?
I don't know. I think it's an exclusively
Floor hockey.
chick sport. Oh, I love
Floor hockey was the shit,
Dude, floor hockey was the bomb.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, was I good at floor
I
hockey
didn't-
too?
Yeah, I just thought
I could just
I haven't
wrist
thought about
that
floor
son of a
hockey
bitch.
in a long fucking time.
Dude, I could lace a top corner from almost anywhere in the gym. Almost.
Nice.
Yeah, I was badass at that. I never took it to the rink.
No,
No,
not much of an ice skater. You got
No.
them, you got them bitchy little ankles.
no, right. Yeah, that's true.
Best-
They're
best
so
keep those
laced
off
up
the
tight.
ice.
I think they hold your ankles straight, and you don't get that wobble. I don't know. Probably too expensive for us growing up.
Maybe.
You know, parents weren't going to spend that kind of money.
Sure.
Hockey was expensive. It
Oh
really
yeah,
was.
ice time, big time.
Ice time, the padding,
Yep.
skates, all that shit. And you should grow out of those. Those. It's not a cheap sport to play. So
So field hockey.
yeah, field hockey. A shot struck by an opposing male player. And this is so it's like, okay, do guys shoot harder than girls?
Yep.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
But it deflected off a teammate's stick.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a bang, bang, bang into this chick's mouth. And busted a bunch of teeth out.
Oh, yeah.
She's on the ground screaming. You know, the whole works.
Gotcha.
Happened during the first round of the field hockey state playoffs between two Massachusetts high schools. Boy, oh boy, it seems like a lot of these issues are in Massachusetts, doesn't it?
Are
The
they?
track and field trans ones where like two dudes end up whooping ass in the
Very progressive out there in the Northeast. I
yeah,
guess.
they've got very specific rules about no one can be discriminated against. I mean, outside of the girls. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the real women.
right. Yeah. The real girls, no, fuck them. No one cares about them. Superintendent Bill Runny wrote a letter to families saying a male athlete on the girls' field hockey team took a shot. That
Whoa. All right, hold on. Is this a Title IX thing where it's a dude that gets to play with the women because they didn't have his sport, or is this somebody that's identifying as a woman?
I think it's someone identifying because they
Okay.
say transgender because that is absolutely a rule.
He said male. That's why. This is your superintendent of schools. Said male.
I don't know that he's super on board.
I don't care. I'm just saying. That's,
Yeah.
I'm trying to clarify the situation
Yeah.
because that's a big
I
statement you
remember
just put right there.
Yeah, the
I mean,
very
it's fucking factual.
the
as fuck,
very
but-
first story I remember going back years ago involved field hockey because they didn't have a boys lacrosse team, and so this boy, not a transgender boy, but just a boy, was able to play. It might have been around Massachusetts too, on this field hockey team, and just
dominated.
dominated. Oh, went to
That's
town.
what I was talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Wondering if it was he was
I
playing
love
with the
that
women
story.
on that. Exactly right.
I
Or
love
if this
that
was somebody
story.
that was identifying as a female.
A female student athlete.
Was struck in the face by a dude.
Yeah, was seriously injured. I'm trying to get the words right. Saying, okay, so Bill Runny wrote a letter to families, was reported by local media, saying a male athlete on the girls' field hockey team took a shot that left significant facial and dental injuries to one of the team's female athletes, which required hospitalization. When I stepped onto that bus last night, when our girls got back, what I saw in their eyes was trauma, he told the local NBC channel.
Well, I mean, are you saying that a chick couldn't fucking knock chiclets out?
Of course
If she
she
hit.
could.
Of course she could.
Yeah.
I mean, you take a shot right to the face. I mean,
Well,
is
it was
maybe-
deflected, but that
It was-
doesn't really matter.
No, exactly. Well, that just means that you didn't see it coming.
Right.
Right. You couldn't get out of the way. You didn't protect
Yeah, it's
yourself.
like a
because it was-
one-timer.
You didn't even see it coming. Right.
Yep.
Which slowed it down tremendously. I'm assuming the redirect.
Thank God.
But
the guy was shooting
It
it.
would have killed her. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no. So I mean,
reflexes shit on girls. Do they have shit reflexes for the most part?
I don't know.
I think they kind of do.
I don't know. I'm not sure how that.
You ever
works, to be
whip
honest with you.
something at the head of a girl? Can she get out of the way? Can she grab it?
Well, she's gonna grab it. No, Jesus Christ, no, not grab it. But could she move? Probably not. No,
I mean, I don't know. I'm asking.
but I
a
don't
legit
know. Like
question.
statistically speaking, between men and women, if the reflexes are different or not.
My guess is they're wildly different, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I just feel like if you were to be across the room and try to dot my forehead,
Yeah.
I could easily get out of the way or snare it.
Yes.
But I don't know.
No, probably not as well, we'll say.
So the deflection,
At a
yes,
lower
matters.
percentage, we'll say.
At a vastly lower percentage?
I'm going to leave it at lower.
Yeah.
We'll see. We can figure it out.
You talking elevator to the basement lower or like
Who knows? We'll see.
just down a floor or two? We just don't know.
We just don't know.
We don't know.
There's
People are trying to figure this out. We just can't
inconclusive
figure it out.
evidence, yeah. If anybody wants to volunteer, we can find out.
The player who took the shot is a 4-year varsity player and co-captain who, per Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association rules, has the exact same right to participate as any player on any team. In our field hockey game Thursday, a player on the visiting team suffered an unfortunate injury on a legal play after being struck by a shot that deflected off her teammate's stick. We're starting to see any player get hurt.
Now, her teammates stick. So the wording on here is getting confusing.
They're getting cute with the word.
Right.
No,
now it's her teammates stick.
Well, it was slapped by the dude.
Yeah, the
Lady,
shot.
just a lady.
Yeah.
Just a lady fired it.
Yeah.
And then it went off teammate into her face.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember, playing in men's soccer, and when Jay blew his face up and his nose was on the other side of his face. Freak things like that happen. Guy went up to headbutt and caught Jay.
And
He
you know
went
what?
Down
and you guys were a bit shook by that.
Yeah.
Everybody was a bit shook.
Dude, I was the one over Jay when he went, "Is it bad?" And he just lifted, and I went, "Oh God!" And he knew.
Oh, yeah,
because
for
his
sure.
fucking nose was over here. They had to bring the ambulance out on the field.
Yeah. So I mean, this is kind of much ado about nothing, really.
Sorta.
In that it could have been a chick. I mean, you take it right to the fucking teeth. Those are hard balls.
Yeah.
That it's. I mean, a chick can hit it hard enough to knock your teeth out too.
Yes.
Yes. If you take a shot right to the face with it.
Yes.
And the fact that they saw everybody was traumatized on the bus or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were traumatized too when Jay blew his face out.
Exactly, because she just swallowed her teeth.
Yeah.
And was bleeding like a fucking maniac,
She
I'm sure.
screamed like a girl.
Yeah,
She
the
was
wailing.
weird.
Oh,
you know,
the
that's
wailing.
just, it's the wailing.
Oh, the
If you pull up
wailing.
the video, it's from a distance. You can't really see it. You just hear,
But you can hear it.
you hear whack and then, yeah. And then it's just on and on with the wailing.
Ugh, right?
It just doesn't help your cause. You need to throw a fucking couple dude ringers in there to tank.
Yeah.
And just be like, see, we told you.
Right.
This guy, lady, went in there and got 9th place. What are you going to do? All these girls kicked his ass.
Yeah.
You need to have to start eating shit if you want to make this plausible. Because most rational humans understand full well the difference between male and female bodies.
Oh, most, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, reasonable people should.
Like, you can lie to yourself all you want, but
Right?
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that seems like not that big of a deal to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And don't cry transphobia,
and I still don't
by the
really
way.
know whether it's a trans or if it's just a dude playing with the chicks. I'm assuming it's trans. Well, trans. Is that even a fucking...
I could have sworn it
didn't even
said
have to,
trans, but I'm not seeing it in the story.
I
So
don't
maybe
remember
it's
you
just a dude playing
Yeah,
with a
that's
trans.
what I didn't pick that up anywhere in what you were reading. That's
Well,
why I was getting a little confused.
Yeah.
And then he said a male player on the women's team, and then her teammate, but I don't know if that's the chick that, swallowed her teeth, meaning it's her teammate's stick. Or
Well,
what.
okay, here. Under Section 43 of the MIAA, which is, again, Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic, Handbook for Rules and Regulations Governing Athletics, students shall not be excluded from participation on a gender-specific sports team that is consistent with the student's bona fide gender identity. So, in other words, you can't just be on the girls' team unless you really believe you're a girl.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless it's bona fide.
Yeah. Boner fide.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well,
so
if it's in the rules, then fuck me.
yeah. So all you got to do is show up one day and be like, I'm a lady. Eat shit if you don't like it.
Yep.
And then they got to go, well, it seems bona fide enough to me. I don't know who would be the one going, doesn't feel bona fide. I got to be honest with you.
You would hope there's some adult in the room.
Yeah, but they're not because it's like, what? Just because I have a lady beard, you think I can't be out here with my girlfriends? It's like, yeah, sort of. When they're talking about bona fide,
Yeah.
you know, this
Yeah.
is way more like bona fide.
When you're talking about, knocking out teeth and shit.
Yeah. So they're already going, well, if anything, we need to change the rules on headgear.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
She was wearing a mouth guard and a helmet,
Yeah,
so it's that thing's fault.
of course.
Right.
Insufficient.
Right. And by the way, it's not transphobia when we're talking about a story like this, because nobody gives a shit when a chick wants to go out for the guys' team. So if it was truly just transphobia,
Yeah.
that was the
great point.
story here,
a great point.
then it would go both ways and you wouldn't want A's. No, it literally is like, we all understand that there's a massive difference physically. There's a reason why in third grade, when the girls are taller than the boys and stuff, they mismatch those schools. And the girls play with the boys in soccer. And a lot of times you see those second and third graders have a spurt before the boys do.
Yep.
When you start getting to puberty age, you separate
over.
them. It's over. Once you start getting hair on your balls, it's an ass whooping waiting to happen.
It's time, yeah. Yeah.
Like the girls can kind of push around the little boys for a couple of years there in elementary school, but that quickly goes away
Absolutely.
to never return again.
And never.
Never.
Hey, speaking of girls' high school athletics,
Well, what do you got?
I would like to put out that my niece Faith
I love Faith.
is they're doing that free throw-a-thon for the Susan G. Komen breast cancer
Wait,
awareness
is
thing.
this the one where she lied about doing like 100 straight or some shit?
No, it was 98, I think. Of the
Straight
100.
free throws?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
and
better
they do
than
it.
Steph Curry, dude.
They do. I know. They do it. They do it in a gym full of people. So the numbers are the numbers.
Okay.
They everybody gets together and does it. But there's actually a. I know we had some response last year that was fucking exceptional, by the way. But
Oh, okay.
There is a.
Awesome. That's great to hear.
There is an actual site because they didn't have it. Somebody else put it on last time. I wasn't prepared because it just popped into my head here. But
I'd be interested to know what Faith thinks actually about the trans argument. Because if there's a lady that wants to play in her basketball team,
yeah, right.
you could take real opportunities away from a
Yeah, no doubt.
talented
Absolutely
little,
right.
because she's a little thing,
Yep.
from a point guard like that or whatever she is.
I'll post it somewhere so it's out there too. But it's www.info-komen.org/
Komen?
Yeah, like Susan G. Komen.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
for the breast cancer.
Okay, yeah.
That's what it is.
COMEN?
It's KOMEN.
KOMEN.
Yep. .org/go/ZGBB pink. And that's Zionsville girls basketball. Pink.
Well, at least they made it easy.
I know. Well, it's just, I can click on it and go right to it, but I have to say it. In case
Well,
anybody
we
wants
should
to-
post
I'll
the
post
link.
it out there somewhere. If
Have
anybody has any
Aaron put it in
interest.
our thing for the next couple weeks. We
Good
can
idea.
have him.
A-Train, you got that? Done.
Yeah, there you go. If as long as he's got that, if you forward him that link, he can put it in like
Yeah, he'll
our,
embed it on there for sure.
yeah.
I'll find out exactly when they're shooting it, when that thing goes down or whatever. But
Yeah.
great way to help support. I'll put my money out there for.
I was gonna do such a sad story. Man, are you familiar with the Adam Johnson story at all?
I'm not.
Okay, he's the hockey player that got his neck slashed.
Oh God, the other day.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Did you see the video of that?
A little bit. I just didn't even really want to watch it. I saw like the skate go up and coming around to it, and I
saw the skate slash his neck, him go down, get up, and was he skating off? And it's like, oh shit!
Just
That's what a jugular looks like when it
yeah,
goes.
I can only imagine.
He was laid to rest yesterday.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And I don't know what they're going to do. That kid that did that has not. Petgrave is his name.
Not apologized.
No, he hasn't said anything.
Well, I
He's
mean,
not
if
discussed the tragedy publicly. They found video of him doing something similar to someone else like a decade ago.
okay.
And I've heard some NHL players talking about there's absolutely no part of this that would be some sort of hockey move.
No.
I mean, you murdered someone. You killed someone.
Yeah, I don't. But I mean, again. Yeah, I can't really speak to it too much because I watched a little bit of it. I saw what was happening, and I literally stopped like as the skate was about to hit. I'm like, I don't want to watch this dude die right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, it happened in the NHL. Not that I mean, 10, 20 years ago. Skate caught a guy, and I mean, these skates are razor sharp. Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll cut your hand off.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
And you just get in a situation where that comes up under your gear. It's possible, but now how that guy got in that position, I don't know.
Well, I saw Wayne Gretzky, of all people, talking about it. And he was saying it's ridiculous and absurd because we've all seen little kids play hockey.
Yep.
And they all have the full, mask, wire mask or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then they've all got the neck guard that you see on goalies usually. So when they're squatted down, they don't take one in the throat.
Yep.
And he's saying, for all these hockey players, this stuff is mandatory through college, that you wear this stuff. And then all of a sudden you get to the pro level and you don't need to wear it anymore.
Yep.
And he's like, it just seems crazy that something you're used to your whole career, and I don't know why that is.
Sorry.
Do you have the video there?
Yeah, kind of. That's what it reminds me of.
Okay. North Korea Iron Lotus?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Oh.
Look at the grace, the beauty. They almost have it. Until...
What's the name of that movie?
Oh, Blades of Glory.
Blades of Glory.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
I forgot about that.
The Iron Lotus.
I forgot about that scene.
But that's what it reminds me of when all of a sudden, like the picture, the still photo of the guy with his foot skate way up in the fucking air.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing if you're on the ground, you're tangled up. That's totally can happen. Like, dude was standing on his feet when he took it in the fucking jugular.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the guy was, and you could see if there was a collision and, guys get flipped up over all the time. Skates go up in the air. It happens.
Yeah.
So
It's almost surprising that it doesn't happen more often.
Almost, to be honest with you, yeah. So it never even occurred to me that it was possibly intentional or malicious or.
Well,
I'm not
it's
saying
not
he
a
tried to
typical
kill
play
him,
that you
but-
see where a guy's standing upright and takes one across the throat in what looked like a really weird spot to flip.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I didn't watch it a bunch because it's
Yeah, like I said,
disturbing.
I only watched it the one time.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really break it down as to how he got in that position.
Yeah, I didn't really want to either.
Yeah.
He was laid to rest yesterday in Hibbing, Minnesota.
Oh, Hibbing.
Yeah.
That's hold on.
Come on,
That
T.
is where Bob Dylan, Robert Zimmerman was born.
Bob Zimmerman. Thank you for saying Bob Zimmerman. Bob Zimmerman was born there. Bob Dylan was born later.
I understand. I nailed that one.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I can't hear Hibbing, Minnesota without thinking Bob Dylan.
I'm like, I know it.
So yeah, I mean, it's a sad story. There's much better commentary out there on it than us.
Oh, sure. Oh yeah, I just pulled it up. They're all blurred out.
Oh, are they? They weren't blurred out the first day.
I mean, you gotta. Let's see.
Yeah, it's the death of a guy.
Yeah.
He went to the hospital.
Yeah,
Died
dude,
at the
there's
hospital.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching just watching the hit, and I just don't. It's weird because the guy, it's not really contact. The guy's leg just kind of comes up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's not natural.
Yeah, no, and that's what a lot of hockey people are saying. And Adam's family.
Maybe that's
is
why
saying.
he's shutting the fuck up.
Maybe. Well, I know police are investigating, so
Yeah.
I mean that'd be one hell of a move if you plan to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like Adam was a super.
Not easy to
nice
pull off
guy.
the Iron Lotus.
No, it is not.
Nope.
I don't know if you saw this a week ago. I did. I don't think we did the story, but this is going on in New Jersey. 14-year-old girl. Okay, what is that? Freshman in high school.
Yep.
She has slammed her school for letting a boy who allegedly used AI to create fake child porn images of her come back to class. So
Okay.
there's a handful of girls in class, and the boys use fake AI
Yeah.
to make nude photos of their classmates.
Here we go.
Yeah, right?
Here we go.
Yep. Francesca Manny, 14, who attends Westfield High, said the boy's presence makes her very uncomfortable and scared after she found out fake nude images of herself had been disseminated to students in her grade on Snapchat. So sophomore boys, of course, were acting weird. A lot of sniggering going on.
Yeah, sure.
You know,
Being sophomoric.
yeah, if you will. That's a great way to put it. You should write that down. That's true. They were being very sophomoric. And so 4 days later, one little rat in the group couldn't hold
always
it
one.
for 4 days.
always
Went
one.
tattled to the girls. Like, we've been looking at fucking nude pictures of you guys for days. That's what all the sniggering's about.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So the girls then reported the situation, of course, to the school.
Sure. Yeah.
Couldn't let sleeping dogs lie, you know.
Listen, it was probably an upgrade for some of them.
Dude, I actually wrote down, probably made them way hotter than they actually were. You might want to hang on to those photos, girls.
Right.
You never know when that day's coming. Like, believe me, if someone used
It's coming way sooner than you think for some of you.
yeah, well, for most of you. If you had images of me and it's like, hey, we put Walter's head on
the
some
rock.
on some yoked body with a huge dong, I'd be like, it's fake AI, but I'll keep that.
Sure, right.
You know, I wouldn't have a problem
Put
with
it
it.
on the hedgehog. Like,
Yeah.
God damn it, but all right. I'll allow it.
Barely, but I'll allow it. I mean, I don't know what kind of work these guys did to the photos. My guess is they made them fucking knockouts.
Right.
My guess is they didn't throw granny titties all over these chicks.
Did you see the
And
courtroom?
the fact is, it's fake.
Did you see the courtroom pictures of that Sam Bankman-Fried and the
No.
oh my god, you know the stenographer
Oh, yeah.
pictures,
Yeah, yeah.
the chalk drawings. or
They're
whatever.
awesome.
Dude, he looks like fucking Tyler Lautner, like chiseled jawline and like fucking magical hair and stuff.
Really?
And then his little girlfriend looks like a fucking Down syndrome troll.
Hobbit, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god, they're so.
She's an absolute hobbit anyway.
Oh, I know,
See
but
if you can find him. The best was Tom Brady.
oh yeah,
Whoever fucking no, Harvey Weinstein. They made Harvey Weinstein 10 times fatter than he actually was. It was comical what they did to him. And, you know, it's Harvey Weinstein.
exactly.
So not too many people are going to bitch, you know.
Oh, here you go. Let's see. Oh, don't do it.
I don't even want to get involved with this story. I don't understand it.
That's fine.
I don't understand what is. Oh, my God.
So look at that's him, right?
Holy shit, dude.
And then where? Let me put. Wait. So that's what they got from that.
Oh, my God.
And then, oh, look at her. Look at her.
That looks like the famous painting, the Scream painting. or
Yeah,
something.
right?
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Oh, my God. Unbelievable.
And they've got her blowing her nose, too. You couldn't give her 3 seconds to blow her nose?
Nope. How long does it take to paint this picture that you got, that she still had that thing up to her face? Look at her.
Which one gave tens of millions of dollars to the
Right?
Democrat Party? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then look at this. Unbelievable.
That's hilarious. Looks like an absolute superhero.
They did her so dirty, man.
Yeah,
they
they
didn't have to do her that
They
dirty.
did not.
Oh, that's what you get for snitching, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
All right, yeah.
So this chick, of course, you put a 14-year-old on the news, and then she gets on GMA, Good Morning America.
You all right?
Yeah, sorry, I just got a shiver. I've had this headache all day. I'm sorry. So you put that on Good Morning America and like under total victimhood. Now I get it. It's not ideal.
Yeah, it's not at all.
But what do you think's going to happen with the advent of AI and that sort of thing in social media? Like I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying guarantee we all saw it coming.
Oh, yeah. No,
I'm shocked
no pun
this is the
intended.
first time.
Yeah,
Guarantee
you used
it's
to be able
not.
to see. I mean, you could search for somebody's porn, and you could tell. Okay, that's not really fucking.
Yeah. Yeah, Jennifer Aniston's not going to be spreading her
with
lips and
fucking
whizzing.
taking it with fucking a 19-inch cock in her ass.
Yeah, yeah, right.
I got it.
Yeah,
It's just
it was like, are you even trying to make this believable? You want me to believe the star of Friends is here getting deep dicked by 19 inches of black cock in her asshole?
Yeah.
I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. So she realized she should be mad when she saw those images. I told my mom, I told her we have to do something about this. It's not fair to girls. It's just not right. All right. My initial feeling, the mother, obviously was shocked. Hearing that from her daughter, the photographs were distributed to people. He mentioned I should not worry. He said Snapchats only last a few seconds, so this is an investigator. That's not right. This is a moment where we should be teaching our girls that there are They're worth it to fight for. What happened is not okay. Use the same fucking argument against, males playing in women's sports. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We'll wait. I mean, stop it.
Yeah.
We should be teaching our boys there will be consequences. The boy involved served a short suspension, is already back at school. They have filed a complaint with the police. Francesa added, I felt very uncomfortable and very scared.
That's a weird gray area of legality.
There's laws,
because
though, already in a couple states.
Because it's not really her. It's her likeness, but it's not her naked body.
Right. Which I think is way better, right?
Well, I mean,
that would be way better.
As long as it's not another underage person.
Well,
I guess.
yeah, obviously. And I don't know. They don't describe what the pictures are. My guess is they're just taking porn pictures and
probably and just
pasting their classmates' heads on them.
Yeah, but it's different than with AI now. Is it's generating it. It's not the Photoshop like Jennifer Aniston taking the dick in the ass.
Yeah,
it's just her face on another body. This AI is taking that face and that body, and it's creating that image into making it.
If that's the type of AI they used, I don't know. I don't know if they, because you're right. Maybe they just photoshopped
and I mean, on Snapchat,
it.
you can just it's really, they have photo editing stuff on there, real easy to make shit, cut out. Like,
that's a real problem
Photoshop
with
stuff.
like homely ass chicks like that, looking like tens.
Yeah.
Being like, here's me who wants to go on a date, that kind of shit. I'm sure guys are doing it too.
Yeah, I don't mean filters. I just mean like actual photo editing stuff, like for.
Whiten your teeth. Making your hair awesome.
No, I mean like photo swap or photoshopping. Photoshop.
Yeah.
But that's not just that's like a filter with you whitening your teeth or giving you those big fucking doughy eyes, things like that. No, I'm literally talking like you can swap fucking heads.
I have multiple systems that can do that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
PixArt,
I'm
all
just
that
saying,
kind of stuff.
Of course, real ones. I'm just saying on Snapchat in the app, they have that ability that you can do right there.
Principal Mary Asfendis alerted parents to the situation. This is a very serious incident. New technologies have made it possible to falsify images, and students need to know the impact and damage those actions can cause to others. This time, we believe any created images have been deleted and are not being circulated. This is a very serious incident.
Yeah, until they make more.
Yeah. We are continuing to investigate. This is not going to shock you, though, T.
No.
More than 90% of such false imagery known as deep fakes, porn.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean, what else is there to do, really?
I mean, almost to the point where it's got to be watermarked or something. I mean, anything that's AI generated so that you know right off the bat that it's AI generated, that it's a watermark, something across it to just take all question out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do. I don't know how this goes forward. I mean, they seem like they're trying to get out in front because this has been relatively quickly. It's not, but it is. How mainstream it's gotten, how recently, has been very quickly. It's been coming down the pipe for a while.
Mm-hmm.
If you really think about the IBM Watson, that's what that was. That was the infancy stages of this 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no doubt about it. I had mentioned states that already have laws on the books. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you've got Virginia, California, Minnesota, and New York have outlawed the distribution of faked porn or given victims the right to sue its creators in civil court. However, experts believe federal law is failing to keep up with the technological changes of this sort. You're dabbling in a weird. I don't know how to react to that because obviously, if you're talking about 14-year-old girls, you're dabbling it essentially in child porn. But are you?
I know it's a weird gray area. But I mean, you're creating inappropriate images of in someone's likeness.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so is it illegal for me to draw her naked? You know what I mean? If I can draw her face and I can draw a naked body, and I'm just making it up in my head, and it looks real. So. It can be a very, but is that just a fucking weird gray area?
Idea.
I don't know. So what's the difference between?
I don't think so.
Generating it by drawing it, or
how good at drawing are you?
Well, I'm saying, but some people are really good.
At
it. And I'm not, but some people are.
Yeah.
But so what's the difference of drawing that and having AI create it?
Is it just a question of their age then?
I don't know. I don't know that that's legal. I mean, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I mean, I don't think that would fly.
I can't imagine.
Even in those
and I mean,
states,
it's probably
you're not
maybe drawing that picture's not.
drawing it would mean that everybody knows it was a drawing, though. So this isn't a picture. This is a depiction. This wouldn't qualify. If you're trying to deep fake with a photo and be like, oh, this is Carrie from third period, and people bought that nobody would buy a pencil drawing.
No,
being
but
real.
It's not about whether it's real or not necessarily. I mean,
Well-
because if it's you can pretend it's real, but if it's not real, it doesn't matter if you say it's real or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
I really don't either. It's an interesting scenario for sure.
It's weird, and what we know about these things, whenever you've got new technology, is the freaks are going to figure out how to abuse it first and foremost.
First and foremost.
Right? It's not going to be. We are going to be in a constant game of catch up. That's all it is, and I don't care what the technology is. Someone's going to find a way to fuck it or exploit it for fucking.
Yep.
Right?
Sell it.
That's it's like, oh yeah, we've got fucking whatever. Name the product. Some dude's going to try to bang it.
Always.
You know, it's just the way it goes in society. Sam Altman, he's kind of the grandfather of AI at this point.
Yep.
I saw an interview. G actually sent it to me. He's been on he's OpenAI CEO.
Yes.
And he's been on Rogan's podcast warning about some of this stuff.
Yeah, he's the one that they did that AI generated episode with Rogan.
Yeah.
Like the full
The
intro.
one you were talking about
the
a
whole
week ago.
intro to the show. Right. That was with Sam Altman. Altman, right?
Yep, Sam Altman.
Yeah, that was his episode. And so they just did like the intro to it, all AI generated, you know. And again, even this is basic.
Yeah.
It's kind of, convincing, but you can tell really it's not, but it's in the infancy stages. I mean, that's like not far from being spot on.
I saw a commercial today, and they asked, some kid's asking his dad in the commercial. I don't know what product it's for. I couldn't give a shit less, but I thought it was an interesting question. If you had a time machine, Dad, would you rather go back in time or forward in time? It's a decent question, right?
It is, yeah.
What do you think? And how far either way?
Well, that's a different question. I would definitely go back because I don't know what going forward is going to be.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
Terrified of 100 years north of us.
Yeah, I have no idea what that's going to be. So, I mean, could I go land myself in fucking upstate New York in the middle of 69? Yeah, I'd do that for sure.
Yeah.
Just start over.
Yeah.
I could dig that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you there. It was I don't know. I might want to go back.
Could I be the first
100 years?
Could I be the first guy to go out to out west and start mining for gold?
Yeah.
Do you want to manipulate the system that way? Do I want to go
Or
back
just
and pick the winning
memorize
lottery numbers? And,
Go back to 1960 and just memorize all the Super Bowl outcomes. Just bet them. Like,
but who knows that you don't change that? You don't alter the butterfly effect.
maybe.
So
You'd
I
have
don't
to
know how
test
that
it
all works.
small.
Yep.
And then we'll get them in Super Bowl II. But I don't know who won those.
I'm sure you could figure it out.
Yeah, I think I could. But you couldn't have a Google machine with you back there. You'd have to memorize that shit.
Going back in, yeah. That would
I
have
believe
to
the Packers won the first two and then the Colts.
be- Okay,
Right?
sure.
Does that sound about right?
Sure.
Something like that. So, Sam Altman in May,
Wait, which one did Namath win?
3.
Was that 3?
I think so.
Okay. I was going to say, I knew that was early on, but it
I
wasn't
think Bart Starr and the Pack won the first 2.
Okay.
Could be wrong, though. Don't hold me to that. I absolutely don't care at all. I'm just going off random thought.
Yep.
But I think, I think the Packers won the first 2 and then the Colts. Something like that. How far off am I?
I don't
You looking it up?
Yeah. Green Bay, Jets, Chiefs.
Oh, Jets. That's what I meant.
That's
Jets, Namath. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I said
it was
3.
the third. You said the third. It was. It was Super Bowl 3.
I was thinking Baltimore too.
It was Super
I said
Bowl 3.
Colts. Yeah. Okay. Very good. So Sam Altman did a subcommittee hearing in D.C. with an urgent plea to lawmakers: create thoughtful regulations that embrace the powerful promise of artificial intelligence while mitigating the risk that it overpowers humanity. Boy, oh boy, that's a mouthful right there. You know, keep things in check. Don't let it ruin all of humanity. That's a really smart dude saying that. We might want to listen to that guy.
You might want to, exactly.
With the launch of OpenAI's ChatGPT late last year, Altman emerged overnight as the poster child for the new crop of AI tools that could generate images and text in response to user prompts, a tech called generative AI. Not long after its release, ChatGPT became a household name, almost synonymous with AI itself. CEOs used it to draft emails. People built websites with no prior coding. It passed exams from law and business schools. It has potential to revolutionize nearly every industry, including education, finance, agriculture, healthcare, from surgeries to medicine, vaccine deployment or development. Look, I'll be honest with you. We've spoken quite a bit about this, and we have our issues with it. The reason I have issues with it, and I won't speak for you.
No, please don't.
But the reason that I have issues with it is because I believe, by and large, most human beings are rotten to the soul and are capable of only looking out for themselves.
Yep, and always will.
But yeah, that's what humanity is. They're a selfish bunch. So if one guy, we see it with, what was the first thing that happened with the pandemic? Fauci had to lie to America, so there wasn't a run on masks that were needed for the healthcare workers, whether you believe that's true or not.
That's right.
There was also a run on toilet paper and water, and it was like, fuck off. I'm saving mine. And it was like, how much can we cash in?
Those people needed bidets.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, bidets are great.
Still got to pat dry, I assume, don't you?
A little bit. Okay. But you could probably sit there long enough if you wanted.
Air dry.
Air dry, yeah.
It doesn't have a fan, does it?
It's got a fan, yeah.
It'll air dry you like that?
It's great, yeah.
Okay.
It's great. I love it.
Good to know.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I think from when you're talking about revolutionizing industries, education needs an overhaul. Education system did not work for people like you and I.
No.
On any level. There's got to be, we've been doing it the same way for 200 fucking years. We all sit at a wooden, stupid desk and sit there boring as shit and just be lectured to by some asshole adult.
Yeah.
Right? That way of doing it doesn't work for a lot of kids. Now, we know a lot of people who I wouldn't say are necessarily all that much brighter than us who excelled in that. They did. But there's a whole lot of us that got washed out the other side.
Yeah.
That sucked at that. And I don't think of you as a stupid person, Troy.
No,
I don't think of myself as that way.
I didn't give a shit.
I didn't give a shit either. And I would have given a shit if you would have modeled it a different way.
Yeah.
So if you're talking
But
about...
if there was real world application in the stuff that we were doing, I mean, the home ec and shop and autos, I mean, the stuff that we did were so borderline basic. Like, they never taught you how to balance a checkbook.
No.
Never taught you about compounding interest. You know, didn't teach you about credit. Things like that you know, are important in being a productive member of society.
Still bitches at my parents about that.
Yeah.
Like, why did you never teach me to balance a checkbook? What the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah, well, it's just math.
No, I know. But it, you know.
But exactly. But the point is that they teach all the shit that, you know, sure, for some people, some places, you know, trigonometry, you know, applies, but in 1% maybe of what their career choice is going to be.
Yeah.
You know, and then you just fucking ignore all the real life shit that people need to learn. It's stupid. It's archaic.
Finance, that would be good. What you're talking about.
Exactly right, yeah.
Agriculture and healthcare, awesome if used properly. Now, if you're going to do it the way you've been doing healthcare lately, I don't think I'm interested.
No.
Where you're having realistic conversations about, if you don't get the vaccine, you should be left out of the hospital system. Those conversations happened.
Absolutely.
And it was like, go fuck yourself. You don't get to just do that. No. So depends what kind of health care you're talking about, agriculture you're talking about, because we know assholes exist. And assholes and selfish assholes are going to enrich themselves more than look out for the general public.
Always, yeah.
That's the way it is. Surgeries, medicine, vaccine development. If I can trust the AI, sure. But you're going to have to go a long way because the damage you've done in those industries
Irreparable.
is almost irreparable.
It is irreparable.
It is. Yeah, I agree. Those same tools have raised concerns about everything from cheating in schools and displacing human workers, always gone on, always will go on. Displacing human workers, even as an existential threat to humanity. The rise of AI, for example, has less economists to warn of a labor market. The rise of AI, for example, has led economists to warn of a labor market. AI, let's see, as many as 300 million full-time jobs around the world could eventually be automated in some ways by generative AI. According to Goldman Sachs, about 14 million positions could disappear in the next 5 years alone. That is the problem to me. You know, like you and I have gotten into this argument. I understand your argument about it, where it's like, hey, the typewriter's going by the wayside. We don't need it anymore. It's like, well, I think we can handle it when it's just the typewriter or just the Pony Express. When you're getting into tens of millions of jobs at once, that's a fucking problem that I don't think you've thought out.
Nope.
I think you're thinking about your end game and how rich you're going to be down the line without being elected to shit and possibly disrupting tens of millions of people all at once.
Yeah, they're not.
That's scary.
They don't care about the greater good.
No.
People.
No, exactly. AI, Altman said the potential for AI to be used to manipulate voters and target disinformation were among my areas of greatest concern. Yeah, but they're doing that with or without AI. 2 weeks after the hearing, Altman joined hundreds of top AI scientists. They signed that letter mitigating the risk of extinction from AI. It should be a global priority alongside other societal scale risks such as pandemics and nuclear war. The warning was widely covered. We saw that. With some saying it showed the need to take such apocalyptic scenarios more seriously. It also highlighted an important dynamic in Silicon Valley. Top execs at some of the biggest tech companies are telling the public that AI has the potential to bring about human extinction while also racing to invest in and deploy this technology into products that reach billions of people.
Yep, there
Yeah.
you go. There's the double-edged sword right there.
And I'm sorry, anytime you give these people, you know, what was Apple's slogan forever? Don't be evil or something like that?
I don't remember.
It was something like that early in the days. Like, don't be evil. It's like, hey, we're just here to help humanity, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That it can start out like that. It's why you don't give the keys to the kingdom to Elon Musk. Like, Elon Musk right now feels like he's the only one standing up for free speech in this godforsaken country.
Yep.
Right? That's the way that feels. What's going on with X, Twitter, whatever. That doesn't mean he can't turn into a monster overnight.
That's very true.
So you don't want one asshole. That's the way our system is, as brilliant as it is.
Should be.
To keep shit dicks from running rogue and doing whatever they want. Because they're trying.
Yeah. I mean, social media is supposed to be so great,
Yeah.
but it's the demise of society.
Demise of society.
Yeah.
You couldn't have seen it coming. Hey, it's gonna bring everyone together.
Exactly, right?
Humans aren't built for that.
Nope.
They're just not.
And it did. And then it fucking divided them.
Yeah. And
tore 'em apart.
it happened immediately. It happened fucking immediately. It
Just
set
can't have
apart
nice things.
What it also did was it meant you could be judged publicly on your coolness overnight. You post a picture and no one comments on it. No one likes it. That's got to be horrible for a kid's psyche. You know, you don't necessarily know you're the geek in school or you're the kid that people, you know, whatever, and you've posted all these pictures and nobody remarks on them. That's horrible. I wouldn't have done well with that.
No.
You know, and popular kids, just like popular kids do, are always going to get their shit liked and shared and commented on. That's just the way of human nature. So, yeah, it's great for some and dog shit for a lot of others.
Exactly right.
So, I don't know. I'm enjoying this article. Maybe I'll read some more of it tomorrow. But, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the writing's on the wall. There's plenty of good that can and will come from this.
Yeah.
But it's going to pale in comparison to the bad.
Yeah. I agree.
Yes.
I agree. Like, there's so much bad that's come from social media. Now, you could say, hey, we're doing this right here. We don't need a radio station and a tower and 10 levels of management bosses to put out a product that people can enjoy listening to. That's a good thing.
That is.
That's great. That's cool. That's taking advantage of it. We're not trying to ruin anyone's day. just exercising our right to free speech.
There you go.
And using the technology that exists today. It's glorious, man.
There's plenty of good that can and will come from it.
Yeah.
But it pales in comparison to the bad.
So AI is AI going to be like the printing press that diffused knowledge, power, and learning wildly across the landscape that empowered ordinary, everyday individuals that led to greater flourishing, that led, above all, to greater liberty? Or is it going to be more like the atom bomb? Huge technological breakthrough, but the consequences, severe, terrible, continue to haunt us to this day. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the question. And I think you are so right, T. There's so much that can be done social media wise that is corrupting, especially young girls.
Yep.
But young people in general and older people. Let's I mean, you
Across
can't
the
just
board.
ignore them. But it's happening on a way harsher scale to kids.
Yep.
And the way they're reacting, they just don't have the power yet. They don't have the know-how yet to handle
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
My girl sneaked through.
Snuck through.
Snuck through.
Or sneaked. I like sneaked
Yeah,
through.
they both apply, right?
Sure. I like sneaked better, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I think it's horribly wrong, but I'll take it.
I think sneaked is actually a word.
If you sneaked into a room, or did you snuck into a room?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't either. But say sneaked, please.
Yeah, they sneak through just in front of this whole real social media thing.
Yeah.
They were in on the ground level of it, still had some fucked up shit, but not nearly what it is now. It wasn't as prevalent as it is now.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. Yeah. We got out at a good time.
Yeah.
I wonder if it altered kids' behavior in like, yeah, let's just go get rip shit drunk every Friday night. You know, I wonder, because kids don't seem to be doing that like they did with our group.
They don't leave the fucking house.
No.
No, they don't leave they don't do anything. They just sit in their fucking rooms on their computers and their phones and stuff nowadays.
Yeah.
No, we had to go out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
Our parents gave a shit. They fucking
Locked us out of the house.
They worried what the fuck. They paid attention to what we were doing.
Yeah. All right, let's call it there, T. We got Monday Night Football tonight.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do that.
Go Austin Eckler.
Oh, that's the one you need the big.
That's what I need today. Yeah. 23 points out of Eckler in the PPR.
I'll read an email before we get out of here.
Okay.
Someone's shitting on Greg Henson.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Greg, 3G. It's not GREGGG. 3G includes the first G.
Including the first one, but
Including the first G.
But I like what they did there.
Writing in the middle of a cast again, I'll make sure I sign off so you don't call me Scott. Well, there's Scott in like his email. So I just looked up and saw that. And I called him Scott. But apparently it's Steve.
Okay.
I don't have my name in my email as Jonathan.
Right.
Why do you have Scott in the middle of your fucking name? That's on you, Steve.
Yeah. Well, you could get to the end of it and see where it says sincerely
Yeah.
in the name.
Have a good day, Steve.
Yeah.
But he says, I'll make sure I sign off so you don't call me Scott. So in one of those emails that I read, he
Oh, it
must
just
not
did
have.
not,
And
yeah.
I just looked up and saw Scott and was like, oh, okay, Scott. Who the fuck is this Greg guy? Calling someone a coward and a pussy? I don't know who any of the people are he's talking about. Big Ten football is lower than the NFL to me. I at least watched the Thanksgiving game. Who does this guy think he is? What an asshole. Have a good day, Steve.
All right, Steve.
Yeah.
Not a fan of football. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's
Check.
fine. The Big Ten means dick to me, too. I didn't go to either of the schools. I don't give a shit. Wake me up when you're in a real game, right? This Michigan season has been wholly boring to me. Watching them kick the teeth in of every fucking grade school in America for 7-8 weeks has been wholly boring.
Yep.
Wake me up now. We're in fucking November.
Yep.
Football's been going on September. They haven't even had a relatively decent game yet.
Close game.
Yeah, or fun one to watch.
Right. Well, which, the Big Ten sucks for the most part, aside from the cream that rises. Oh, yeah, the cream always rises to the top. Mean Gene.
Oh, yeah, Mean Gene Okerlund.
The cream. So, yeah, it's, it's unfortunate that the rest of the fucking Big Ten sucks that bad.
Yeah.
But they play each other. They play good games. Maybe Michigan's just that much better than everybody else. And that's what we want out of our championship caliber team.
So calling someone a coward and a pussy, is he talking about Valenti? Is that who Greg was talking about?
Probably.
I think it was.
I don't remember the conversation all that well, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't either, but I think it was Valenti. He was calling a coward and a pussy.
Or Ryan Day.
Yeah, that could be too. He might have called them both. Something like he had disparaging comments,
Of course.
for Valenti and Ryan Day. That's just sort of the business.
And he's a super, super slappy. He just is.
Yeah, yeah.
Michigan man all the way.
Yeah,
Except he
yeah.
didn't go to Michigan.
Which I asked him, like, okay, in fairness, if this was going on at Sparty or Ohio State, would you be looking at it this critically and picking apart all the faults with it? And that's an impossible.
Says yes, of course.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And maybe there's some truth to that. He'd be the first and only.
Yeah, no.
Because everyone I know from Michigan.
If this grumbling was going on about Ohio State, they'd be piling on.
Piling on.
Right.
Yeah.
So careful what you wish for.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that it goes anywhere, but I know everybody that I know that goes to Michigan is sending me shit, like why this is bullshit and nonsense. And you got Dave Portnoy's doing it and trashing Ohio State. They're only jealous because they've gotten their ass kicked a couple of years in a row.
Michigan, man. You're taking the Michigan line.
No. I'm not saying I follow
not you.
it.
I'm saying
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what they're saying.
Exactly.
You are either Team Michigan or Team
everybody
not,
else.
Or
Yeah.
everybody else. Yeah. So like I said, it doesn't really matter. The fact that nothing has happened aside from, oh, man, I did have a fucking moment. I was Friday night. I was hanging out with some fun guys. And
right.
decided to watch a little football. So I was, a bit laxed.
Sure.
But they jump in with breaking news. The University of Michigan has fired the fucking clown.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, they started out my heart dropped like they fucking dropped, like they fired Harbaugh.
Yeah.
The way they came into it out of a break, this
Breaking news.
news.
Yeah. Scumbag.
I was like,
media. That's
oh
why.
my
They
God.
do that on purpose.
I know they did. I know,
They
and
needed
they got
to just
me.
get your eyeballs, and they got you.
me. But I might not have been quite as susceptible on a normal day.
Yeah, hanging out with the fun guys, though.
But I was like,
Shut up, everybody. Yeah.
well, they got me.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's call it there, T.
Okay.
And thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully you'll join. Oh, I should say, by the way, before we hang up and get out of here, joining us tomorrow,
Special guest
in studio, one young Jesus. Don't do that yet. Yeah, I know. You're going to have to remove the...
Yeah. So do some housekeeping around here.
I haven't talked to Jesus in a while. He texted me, said he's home.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, Tuesday. How about you come by Tuesday and we'll hang? And
Perfect. Yeah.
So-
I got to spend the day with him up in Mackinac. That was actually really, really
yeah,
great.
we'll talk about your time together with him
Sure.
and blah, blah, blah. I can't wait. I'm excited to see the son of a bitch.
Yeah, me too.
So we'll do that tomorrow. We look forward to you all joining us then.